Right now, protesters are gathering in Philadelphia for a day of action against President Trump. Skyforce 10 is live over the city right now. As you can see, large crowds starting to gather near City Hall for the No Kings protest. Good morning, good afternoon, I should say. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brenna Weick. We are bringing you special coverage of today's protests. Thousands of demonstrators are expected to descend on the city to rally against President Trump's policies. It's just one of hundreds of protests happening across the country today. The demonstrations coincide with the Trump administration's military parade in Washington, D.C., along with President Trump's birthday. We have team coverage of the No Kings protest happening in Philadelphia. Miguel Martinez-Valle is at Logan Square. But let's start with Neil Fischer, who is live at Love Park. Neil, significantly different scene than you saw earlier this morning.
Brenna, it's hard to gauge exactly how many people are here at Love Park, but they have spilled into the streets here. It's almost like they're making their way towards the Art Museum, which we know they will be making that march down the Parkway to the Art Museum in a matter of 30 minutes. But the crowd has grown significantly since 10 o'clock when this No Kings Day protest began. We've been speaking with people from Massachusetts, from Maryland, and of course here in Philadelphia, all protesting President Trump's policies, including immigration, as well as the president's spending bill. We know that there will be a rally at the Art Museum steps at Aikens Oval from 1 to 3. Organizers tell us they want their voices heard while bringing people together and showing their power.
Genuinely disturbed with the moves that the administration is making right now. I'm 63. I was a political science major in college, so I paid attention. I had a button on my book bag in college that said "Pay attention." I paid attention ever since, and I've seen the ebbs and flows of politics and what goes on and moves that get made and plays that are played. But things happening right now are a little fundamentally unsettling.
And it was just a moment ago that I heard some folks singing "God Bless America." There are, the crowd here is growing by the minute. We know that there's a very large police presence here as well. We've seen dozens of Philadelphia police officers on bikes going up and down the Parkway. We've also seen those street crew trucks that I talked about earlier this morning. They are now blocking the roads here in Center City as this protest gets going. We know that they're going to head down the Parkway towards the Art Museum in a matter of minutes. We'll continue to keep you updated on that. Reporting live from Love Park, Neil Fischer, NBC 10 News.
Neil, thank you. We'll check back in when that march begins. For now, our team coverage continues in Center City. NBC 10's Miguel Martinez-Valle is live in Logan Square. Miguel?
Yeah, Brenna, Neil is just about a block, maybe a block and a half behind me there at Love Park. But you can see crowds are still making their way to join the others where Neil is now. People coming from all over. You can see them walking on the sidewalks, umbrellas out, signs out, a lot of American flags as they're making their way to join the big protest. You can also see what Neil was talking about, a lot of police presence. So you can see officials, they have police spread out through the Parkway, but also around hotels. We're seeing private security. We're seeing police force outside the Logan, for example. You can see that's become kind of a meeting area. Now, eventually, the crowd will make their way down the Parkway. They'll be passing Logan Square, where we are stationed right now, passing the Basilica, continuing to the Art Museum. I was speaking to people about being a part of this moment, being here in Philadelphia for the No Kings Day protest. Here's some of the answers I got about why they felt they had to be here.
Philadelphia is the birthplace of our democracy. This was where our Declaration of Independence was signed, and we are approaching our 250th anniversary. I don't know what to call that. I was a little girl when I celebrated the bicentennial, and I never dreamed that in my country people would be deported without due process. I'd never dreamed that, we would have to be out in the streets to defend our right to walk our streets safely and not fear that we will be picked up by men in unmarked uniforms and put into vans and taken away.
Back out here live. Neil was saying the crowd was growing by the minute. You can see the crowd continues to grow. Actually, District Attorney Larry Krasner, who obviously yesterday was speaking about this moment, just showed up here. DA, talk to us about seeing people coming from all over for this protest, joining in this movement.
You know, I've been out here for about an hour, as I know you have, just talking to people. Very thoughtful, calm, peaceful bunch of folks so far. They seem to have a well-organized plan. I can see that the police department has been stationed in good locations. You know, plenty of bathrooms, all kinds of emergency vehicles lined up in the case of a medical situation or something. So right now, despite the weather, it seems to be just a lot of people exercising their free speech rights, which I'm obliged to protect.
And we've had big events. We've had parades for the Eagles win. We've had a protest in the city. Is the city, do you feel, equipped to keep people safe out here today?
You know, I've spoken face-to-face with Commissioner Bethel. I am aware of a lot of what's going on. I think everybody in government in Philadelphia, at least all the people I know, the people I'm friendly with, are in the right space. They want to make sure people's constitutional rights are protected. They want to make sure that people are able to speak out about the unprecedented and really disturbing things that are happening because of the guy in Washington. And, you know, we are all here to make sure those constitutional rights are protected. Having said that, you know, we've been real clear. If ICE commits crimes, they're going to face charges in the city of Philadelphia. If there are individuals who try to tuck in behind a protest, use it as an excuse to break windows and steal things, that's not what Dr. King did, and they're going to get what they get. But I'm happy to say, as I walk around here, I just see more and more people of goodwill who are here for all the right reasons to exercise their constitutional right. This is the cradle of liberty. We're going to make sure they are protected.
Thank you, DA. All right. Well, of course, we'll keep you updated as the protest moves from Love Park, where people are gathering right now, down the Parkway, eventually to the Art Museum. I'll send it back to you. I'm Miguel Martinez-Valle, NBC 10 News.
Okay, Miguel, thank you for that update.